Welcome to the TNT podcast. My name is Darren, and tonight we have Tuna, Roddy, Maddie. How is everybody doing?
Fantastic.
Amazing.
Now, listen, this has been quite the week. Listen, I started messaging my green bubble friends, and they were telling me their blue bubble friends are bullying them. And, there was a fight between friends, and, they were saying they weren't getting messages. They weren't in group chats. It's just been fucking chaos all over the fucking shop. But yes, this week has been some revelatory week. Like some of the stuff we heard this week, I never thought in a million years. I thought hell had frozen over. I thought we'd gone back in time to April Fool's
I actually
Day.
saw a pig fly.
Oh, right. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, right.
Crazy.
Yeah. And listen, I mean, we're going to talk all about the big, Apple conceding and coming forward and saying they're going to support, proper messaging now, not
what's
just
sad?
iMessage. Yes.
That makes Apple look like they're so nice and so giving.
You know what? Fuck them. No, just kidding.
Whoa. Okay, calm down.
Demonetized already. It took.
Yeah, we're done.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yes, I know. Yeah, right there. Now, we will get to all the craziness that happened this week. But a lot of big stuff happened. So just kind of going through the list that I'd written for myself here. I mean, we had Snapdragon Gen 7 release this week. We had Apple extending their satellite communications while Androids slowly die. Humane AI pin pre-orders. We didn't talk about Steam Deck's OLED last week, which we really should have. Black Friday's coming up. But probably the most interesting that started the chaos of this week was popular brand Nothing. So Carl Pei, one of the creators, the creator of OnePlus, who now does his own thing with the brand Nothing.
It's nothing.
Everyone's holding up. I wish I had it.
Yes.
You can show where you bought it. You can show your receipt.
Yeah, that's it.
There we go. Yes, there it is. So this week, Nothing, who this year made some pretty big news with the release of their Nothing Phone 2 and their what are their earbuds called? Fuck, I can't even remember.
Ear twos.
Ear twos, that's what I was looking for.
And the ear sticks. That's what I use.
And the ear sticks. And they just released it at CMF branding for their watch and their earphones on that end and a charger and all that chaos. But anyway.
To be fair, can I just say that Nothing
Fanboy.
Sticks sounds like something that your grandpa would call his earbuds. Like, I got those Nothing sticks in my ear, right?
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's let's go. All right, come on.
Or Tuna's penis. I mean, either of those,
Exactly.
That'd be weird. Weird.
Anyway, so Nothing, they've had a pretty big year and a pretty successful year, and I would fair to say. Made some splashes in the market with their fancy Nothing Phone 2 with its Glyph interface and all of that fun stuff. But this week, they kind of threw a grenade into the tech space and said, we're going to be releasing an app that's going to allow iPhone users and Android users to rejoice,
To
come
hold
together,
hands.
to hold hands,
Kumbaya.
and it not be the perpetual fuck show that is every one of these apps that have come out this year. Right? So they said, we've found a way for them to shake hands. And I think this has been a desire of many Android users for some time now, not being excluded and not having all your group chats fucking come in one by one and crazy shit like that. So I'll start, Roddy, you're our resident Nothing fan. And, you've been using their products and you love their stuff and we love you for that. Now, let me ask you this. When you saw that...
Don't say anything that's going to get you fired from Nothing. We know you secretly work for them. So.
That's true, yes.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes.
The only reason you publicize it is because you're getting paid under the table, obviously.
Correct.
It's okay. It's okay.
Carl.
Offshore account.
So, Roddy, let me start by asking you. So, when you saw this announcement earlier in the week, what was your first impressions? Because that's a pretty big thing to just throw out into the world on a Monday or Tuesday in the week.
Well, I mean, we've all used multiple apps that go back and forth between, we've tried Sunbird, we've tried Beeper, we've tried all that stuff before in the past. We've talked about it. And
yes,
I was very optimistic because I was thinking, this is a legit brand. It's not some off-brand app. It's actually a company that's putting out hardware and et cetera. So I was pretty optimistic about it, even though everyone was saying this, that, and the other about security, and we all know how that goes because most of us were like, when we tried those two apps, our stuff was went to an iMac in Canada or whatever. So I was pretty optimistic that nothing had kind of worked all this out before making this announcement and saying, here it goes. I was a little disappointed that they were only going to bring it to phone 2, that they weren't going to put it on phone 1 and phone 2, because you still have a bunch of people that have just phone 1. But I was pretty optimistic, to say the least.
Okay, now my question, one of the things that got my attention was, and like you mentioned it just a few minutes ago, about how we've tried some of these apps, and we actually had a pretty bad experience with Sunbird in the past. Like, I don't know if back in the days when King, shout out to King, and we'll talk about him a little later on, but we all had a pretty bad experience with Sunbird. A lot of red flags went up in our heads when, we were signing into an iCloud account, like you said, in some remote part of Canada. Of course, it's Canada. I imagine some fucking Mounties. Right? Yeah, right. That's exactly right. It's in the backyard. But some Mounties fucking shed in like Nova Scotia, I'm imagining, something like that. But we had a bad experience with it. We kind of went, this kind of sucks. Like, I don't know how much I trust what we're doing here. We're giving our information. We're signing into a computer that's not ours, that potentially has access to all of our iCloud and access to all of our accounts. And that kind of set up a few red flags. Now, earlier in the week, I think one of the things that King had mentioned, and I think he mentioned this in one of the chats, or he posted this on X, he was under the impression that Nothing was using their own servers for this. Now, can we confirm that? Do we know if that's the case, or are we still signing into that computer in Nova Scotia?
Let me go ahead and call Carl real quick. We're pretty close. So
yeah, see what he says. Yeah.
So I got the app, and I logged in, and it wanted me to allow access to a Mac Mini in New York.
Ooh, New York.
Right.
So maybe that is his server then.
So
okay.
I'm not real sure about. I'll say this: the login and all the setup and everything was way easier than it was with Sunbird for the iMessage part of it. For whatever that's worth. And it did work. Like when people started texting me from iMessage, because I have 2 phones. I have an iPhone and I have an Android. So that when they were messaging me, just like they kept the conversation going where we had left off, it was coming straight to my Nothing phone. And I was texting in back and forth, and then I would tell them, I'd be like, hey, I'm on my Android phone and my Blue. And they're like, yeah, it's working perfect, just like a normal iPhone. And we sent pictures and videos, and all that stuff went through fine. So it worked. It did work.
Okay.
I have some very strong thoughts about this whole thing. Okay, I don't know how long this is going to be, but I have some very strong thoughts. And the reason is because so I've been using Beeper now for about 8 months or so, right? Yep. And I've actually really enjoyed it. And there's some things on the horizon that seem really cool and all that kind of stuff. The thing I like about it is it's kind of a no brainer, right? You sign in, you go on your Mac, you let it in, and it's all done. Now there's a bunch of bugs that I can't stand. First of all, one, you can't delete your text on Beeper, and you can't
right.
That's a deal breaker for me, right? So my main phone is the iPhone, my secondary is Android as of right now, just because that's the way it is. We talked about this a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Now, I had sunburn a little while ago, and I'm telling you, I can go off right now on this. Okay, so here's the thing. So with this, the only way this is gonna work is if it becomes the native messaging app on a Nothing phone. It can't be an extra app you have to download. Right. So I didn't get this from his presentation or from anything else that this is going to be a native app. And correct me if I'm wrong, but did you guys hear that? It was going to be like, this is the native messaging app on your Nothing phone, or it's an extra step. Because if it's an extra step, there's no difference between this and WhatsApp and Telegram or Signal.
Exactly. It's another
there's no
chatting device.
Yeah. So I don't mind the whole everybody's all about security. I get it. We want to be encrypted and all that stuff. Unless you're sending super secret stuff, Get over it, man. Okay,
Yeah,
it's okay if you're texting your mom about what's for dinner or whatever, and it gets leaked into whatever. But it comes down to what are we comfortable with? If you're comfortable with sending your stuff through a server you don't know, then go for it, right? I mean, it's a matter of I guess comfortability and in the moment, right? So
Yeah, and I mean, I think that's really what, and I think you hit the nail on the head, right? Like with nothing, like they're doing good stuff. Like they're making good hardware. Their software's clean. Like potentially, this is a brand that we're going to see grow and grow and grow, and it could become a direct Google competitor, which is I think what the play is for this, right? And a Samsung competitor. If they can find a way to fix this shit, and like you said, make this the default app where when you buy a Nothing phone, you're signing in to that messaging service, and it has connections to both iMessage and RCS. That would be an absolute game changer.
That's it.
I think Tuna said that it felt a little bit rushed out, and I think that's probably the impression that I think you would have had too there, Ronnie. Yep,
I agree. It's not native right now, so you have to sign in and create this account. One of the things I noticed is like if I wanted to message someone, like I wanted to start a new message and send it to somebody that I knew had an iPhone. Yeah. What it's forcing you to do is create a V card. You have to create a V card that's got your first, your last name, your email address, and your phone number, and you send that to somebody. And when you send it to them, it puts a little message underneath it, automatically generates and says, you click this and save it to your contact so you can iMessage this person, yada, yada, yada. I didn't like that. And then if that contact that you have, if their email is not registered, if they just have a phone number and they don't have an email address registered with your contact information in it, it will not send it as an iMessage. So it has to have the email that's connected to their Apple ID for it to work as well. And then I never got RCS to work. I tried it multiple times and it wouldn't work at all. It just kept spinning and would time out. So felt really rushed.
I have Beeper and I've been using it on my 8 Pro, and I get RCS, I get iMessage, but I don't have a lot of people I know that use iMessage because my whole entire family is all Android. My wife's entire family is iPhone. I have sent some pictures and videos. Everything seemed to work fine, but what I don't like is that you have to log into, like to get RCS working on Beeper, you have to have the messaging app on. You got to pair it with the computer. Then you got to silence the notifications. But once you get all that done, it's pretty smooth. Beeper's been working hard, but my thing is Nothing is not a big company. And Sunbird and Beeper have been doing this for how long, and they can't figure it out. I don't know if Nothing's just going to throw more people at the problem. I think we should just, like Telegram. I like Telegram. If they would add RCS integration.
Oh, it'd be fantastic.
Game over. Game over.
For the U.S., that is. No one else really cares about RCS or SMS, whatever.
Yeah, my entire family, everybody from in-laws to parents, they're all on Telegram now because I told them 2 years ago, look, if you guys want to keep all these group chats going, I'm not on iPhone natively like all the time. So let's move to a platform everybody likes. And everybody was really super skeptical about WhatsApp because of all the security concerns a couple of years ago and all of that. And so we moved to Telegram, which isn't necessarily much safer, but it's feature rich, right? And it offers a lot to everybody, no matter what. And so, it is what you're saying about Beeper is very true. It's kind of a no nonsense. Of course, now I have like 15 devices all with Beeper who all light up at the same time when I get one text.
I know.
So that's the only downside. But beyond that, it actually works, right? It works, and you can react to messages and all that kind of stuff. And for the few amount of people you actually have using that, it makes sense. Now, long term. Now, I do think that it seems to me this might be a controversial take, but that's my style. But Sunbird and Nothing needed a savior, and they said let's partner together because Sunbird is dying because of Beeper. Beeper's made so much more progress than Somerset. So Beeper's made so much more progress. Nothing is like, well, we need something to bump our sales in the US, so let's go with that. And so they partnered together and they rushed it out. And it's now Apple goes, well, you know what, guys, let's flip the script a little bit and let's just say it doesn't matter. We're gonna make everything work together anyway.
Sunbird's not struggling because of Beeper. They're struggling because they're not doing things right. I remember when we first got that beta,
100%.
that beta APK, and it says at one point I didn't have an Apple device, but I had an Apple ID, and it was like, click yes on your iPhone. I don't have an Apple device. Oh, we're gonna log you in Toronto, Canada. I'm like, I don't want Darren having my security information. He was trying to hack me.
My server farm in the back there is working hard. Right behind that door, it's just fucking server after server after server.
Yep.
I think I almost wonder, and I part of me, like your Carl Pay, and I mean, you've got a little bit of money backing up. They've been pretty successful. Why not pitch to Telegram and just say, look, we've got an idea here. We know you guys have millions of users, and we would like to make this like a native app on our phone. We want it to be the default app, but we're trying to find a way to connect up to iClouds and connect up to, iMessage and all of that. Let's see if we can work together to figure this shit out. Now, Telegrams must have an amazing team because it's an amazing app. So you would think that they would have some notion of how to do this instead of going to a brand like Sunbird, who, well, all of a sudden, like you said, they're a dying company in a lot of ways, right? Mm-hmm. Maybe now just off the top of my head, why not go to Beeper and say, hey, Beeper, we'll license it from you and we'll put it on every fucking phone we sell.
Yeah, but
and
they may have done that. They may have went to Beeper and said, hell no, right? Who are you? Who's nothing? I mean, to us, nothing's it's intuitive. It's fresh design. It's a cool. They sold 2 million phones, which is nothing compared to no pun intended, but nothing to most other big companies. But who said they didn't go to Beeper, Telegram, and everyone's just laughing in their face? I mean, RCS is amazing, but
to me, it comes down to one thing, and it's the money.
Yeah, it's money.
It's the money. It's the money. If Sunbird can't make it on their own and nothing can't bring it to the market, they have no choice but to join forces and try to capitalize on that. And that's really what it comes down to. And so, Beeper, I was skeptical at first. Obviously, you see, okay, I'm forwarding all my information to a Mac Mini or whatever it is, but they're making progress and they keep improving more on the app. And that's what you want to see. And as they open it up to more and more people, they're going to see what the potential is there.
So who's buying Beeper? Apple or Google?
I'm
telling you, it's going to happen.
I'm telling you, I could see Google swapping it up. I could see them.
They could buy Sunbird. I'll buy them all and can take all those patents and everything else. Just run with it. I don't know.
They could buy Telegram right now if they want to, for sure.
Well, I mean, here's the thing, right? Google's probably got the servers for it. So if you were going to buy a company and just say, hey, let's bring this in, let's adopt it into the Google ecosystem and take their Messages app and just integrate that technology in there. My goodness. Imagine Google's pitch for the Google Pixel 9. Hey, we've got iMessage. Could you fucking imagine? Like the sales would
They say our Tensor G4 is terrible, and we can make paninis when you put them together, but you can message anybody you want.
And I mean, I think you're right. I think Tuna's right. I mean, I think that's really where this could be going. Like, I think this is just going to get bought up. And I think one of these big companies, Samsung, Google, whoever, is just going to say, you know what? Fuck this shit. Throw 50 billion at them. Let's take it. And we'll bring it into our platform and we'll figure out how to do it. I mean, Google would shock me because they'll probably end up killing it just because that's what they do. If Samsung or someone bought it, maybe that would be a more smarter choice. But
Google's better because Google can make it. They can integrate it into Google Messages, and it can go across any platform. Samsung has their internet browser, their messaging. Well, they use Google Messages now, but
I don't know.
50 billion. You said. As a TNT podcast here, why don't we offer them 51 billion and then buy it ourselves?
Yeah.
I'm so glad I'm a guest. I'm a guest here, by the way.
We only ask for $1 billion from you. Is that
That's
cool?
it. Just a shy billion. Yeah. Roddy,
Darren will cover. Darren covers the other 50.
Guys, I'm getting disconnected here. I'm gonna have to go.
I was gonna say I don't have any billion. No, Maddie, I think he brought up a good point though. Is a company like Nothing, they are new, and so I think they are searching for. I think if you're in that community, like I obviously am, you hear a lot about what's going on, what people want, what's coming out next, et cetera, et cetera. And there's a lot of native stuff that the community is asking for. Like, for some reason, the community doesn't want Google Photos to be the native folder for photos. They want a nothing photo. So I would speculate that probably the reason that they went with Sunbird is because Sunbird was like, we don't care if you use our technology, great. We don't care if our name's on it. And they were like, this is a company we can go with to put our name on the chat, so that maybe one day down the road it is their native chat when you open it up. And I think they are looking at the model of Apple, obviously what Apple's doing, that, and they're seeing like what doesn't work, obviously Samsung. And then you look over at Google, which is Android already. Most people use all Google stuff. But if the community that you're serving and the people that are buying your product are saying, hey, give us this native stuff, you're probably going to go with that. So that's what I think. I think they just wanted their own kind of text messaging platform, and this was the closest thing they could do. But I do feel like it was rushed. It feels rushed.
I'm going to tell you what, I don't care who they partner with or whatever. The fact that these manufacturers are partnering with other companies to try to bring something else to the table to please the masses is a huge step forward. Because no matter what, if you told me 2 years ago, hey, get a nothing phone, you can have iMessage on there, I'd say you're crazy, right? I mean, it just took a year ago for Beeper to start even taking off, or any of these companies take off, and even in the betas. I mean, there's still people on the waiting list for this. And so for us to be able to say, okay, you know what? You can have your iMessage on your Android device, full stop, is a big deal. And so I don't want to push that under. I don't want to brush that on the rug, because I think a lot of people are like, who cares? Nobody uses iMessage, blah 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 blah. But reality is, 87% of the market, as the research came out, right? It's all iPhone, and if we can try to bridge the gap somehow in native apps, as Rodney said, as native apps to be able to try to come to the market, that's a big deal, and so we should respect that.
Yeah, but we got to get someone off the board to change the name of these stupid apps. Who the hell calls their messaging app Sunbird? What the hell is Sunbird really?
Insurance company.
Anybody under the age of 30 doesn't even know what a beeper is. I mean, come on. It's ridiculous. Name it. And then nothing. Come on, like someone just sit in the chats. Who the hell wants to put their photos in something called the nothing photos? I mean, that just sounds bad.
Yeah. Well, listen,
the chats thing was just chats. That's all it said.
Right.
Just chats.
And it was the little bubbles. But it was instead of being blue and green, it was blue and black.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, listen, there's one person who knows all about Android. It's Android Stud. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, man, what's going on, guys? What are you guys talking about? The BCS? RCS.
We're starting with we're talking about nothing right now, and how nothing basically threw a grenade into the tech space this week. Let me ask you. I mean, what's your take on what nothing did here? Was it the catalyst, or is this just another failed attempt at an Android company trying to compete with Apple?
Yeah, I don't know if they got lucky with the timing of it all. I think that Apple was going to go this route eventually because of the European Union, and I think their cards fell for them correctly. I don't care for and nothing against the apps. I mean, Sunbird or Beeper, whatever you want to call it. I wouldn't trust them. When I first tried it one time, it said it was trying to log into a Mac Mini in like Liberia.
That's legit. Liberia is real strange.
Definitely legit. Yes.
I just pictured some big smoking a cigarette, taking all our information and buying
counting his money out, taking snorting some lines.
I was like, no, I can't do that. So I don't think it's safe. Those apps are very dangerous. Even nothing's attempt, I think, opens up a can of just security breaches across the board. I mean, they talk about Huawei and all these other companies that were doing spy stuff supposedly. You got to be careful with some of these apps. Now, RCS being adopted by Apple, I think, is a good thing, because the video, sharing videos, sharing pictures. But I said it on Twitter, man. I sent a text. It gets to the person, they text me back. We all have a good day. I don't.
Yes.
It doesn't matter to me if they have an iPhone or a lot of people are like, oh, you get more business if you have an iPhone. I mean, I'm doing all right. I've been doing business for a long time. The stuff that I do, I work in broadcasting, so I text people all the time, and they text me back. They want to send me a video. I tell them to just email it or send it on WhatsApp. I got to
interrupt you.
Work, and it's blurry as hell because the guy's on an iPhone. But I kind of get the picture. Yeah. I mean,
I was going to say, I remember we went on a family trip to Niagara Falls a couple of years ago, and I was using the OnePlus. It might have been the 8 Pro off the top of my head. And I took, that thing took decent photographs. And I remember taking these beautiful photographs. We were like, right down in the bottom of the falls, and there's fucking splash, and you're getting this beautiful bird's eye view. I took some videos, all of this stuff, and I remember sending them to my father-in-law who has an iPhone. And I get a text back 5 seconds later. He's like, what the fuck is this? This is what he says. And he's like, what am I looking at? It just looks pixelated and blurry. And I was like, oh, yeah, forgot about that, right?
Yeah. Now,
we probably should talk about Apple because we kind of hinted at it a little bit. So
I can't wait for this.
Yeah. So here comes nothing.
What happened? Wait. Hold on. Back up. Why are we talking about Apple? What'd they do?
Well, they just
they saved the world again. They saved the world. More whales.
Just another week in the tech industry.
More whales. Save more whales.
Actually, let's start before we talk about RCS. Let's talk about they've just a funny kind of series of events this week because we're seeing a lot of Apple not being very Apple-like, and one of the things that they came out and did this week was extend the satellite connectivity on the iPhone 14 and 15 series for that SOS feature. Because I don't know if you remember at launch, you had 1 year free and then you're going to have to pay. Now, Apple did something very un-Apple-like again this week, and they said, we're going to extend it for another free year. Now, which is fucking unheard of by Apple. They're a subscription company. That's how they're making the coin on the side. So they came out and just said, we're going to extend it. Don't worry. We'll let you use this for another year, free access. If you've got an iPhone 14 and you've got an iPhone 15, you're good to go. Now, I thought when I read that story, that came out on, was it a couple of days ago on Wednesday, and I was like, that's kind of not very Apple-like. And then all of this shit with Apple's RCS happened, and I thought they'd lost their fucking mind. I thought legitimately someone was fucking with me and it generated an AI article about Apple offering support for RCS in 2024, basically making Android and iPhone shake hands and actually work together. It was almost like watching, you know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of watching your favorite WWE wrestler when they get really old and they're doing those exhibition matches and it's rigged and they're going to win and there's no way they can beat the young and up and comer. It almost felt like that, where they just given it up and gone, fuck this. Here you go.
Well, here's what's funny about that.
Yeah.
So I made a comment that, okay, RCS, blah, blah, blah. Apple's going to put their spin on it. They're going to restrict it somewhat because iMessage is superior. But, we said the same thing about the USB-C, and it wasn't really restricted. It really wasn't that restricted. Yeah. So maybe Apple's just getting tired. We're worth $14 trillion. We don't have to try anymore. Let's just, you can't beat them, join them, which they've already beaten almost everybody. But they go in there and just say, hey, let's get them RCS, full access. We're done. Yeah. Let's just move on. I honestly think that's what it is. It's all about the money, and if the EU is going to start charging them, they're like, "Well, let's not lose money. Let's make money."
Well, it's funny that you say that, and I sent a message to you this week. I actually bought the other day a USB-C to HDMI for an iPhone. I thought I'd fucking lost my mind. I was like, "What am I buying here? What is this?" I still can't get past that. But I mean, look at Apple this year. Look at what they've done: USB-C. RCS chats, free services, which you would normally pay for. Shit's changing.
You forgot one thing,
right?
And they saved more whales. Come on.
Oh, sorry. Clean energy. Fuck, they even did that. They even saving the world, right? And
they created clean energy.
Herself rocked up at their launch. Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I
so-
have a thought on this if I can.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
So get ready, strap in. Okay.
Just strap in.
So yes, they were pressured by the EU, obviously, to make some decisions over the last couple of years with the USB-C and everything else. They see the writing on the wall, right? It's inevitable. They want to make it a core platform, blah 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 with iMessage. But if you look at their market capture in the US and you say, okay, they're 87% of the people in the US have an iPhone, teens have an iPhone, right?
Yes.
So they say, all right, if Google is going to start coming up with better ways to improve their devices like Pixel 8 Pro, Fold, whatever, how do we keep people on an iPhone and prevent them from starting to question whether or not they should move to an Android?
Yeah.
Okay, well, guess what? Now those people who have an Android device, they're not going to have any difference because you're going to get the same experiences they're getting on Android now versus iPhone. So they start reversing the script. They say, well, iPhone is so special and yada, 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 right? But then they say, well, on Android, I have this. Well, you also get that here because now you can talk to your Android folks the same way.
Yeah.
So they're playing the reverse Uno card and saying, you don't need to jump over to Android because we're going to give you the same experience here versus only have an iPhone because you get the experiences you would get, right? So they're and also if you look at how much they've captured the market so far, right now the majority of their business is coming from return users upgrading devices.
Yes.
You're not getting a majority of new users coming in. So what you're going to say is stay with us because we're I see it caption on the screen. But you stay with us because we're going to be able to help you continue your experience, right, with your Android friend or whatever and not change it.
Now, I know we had this discussion last week, but I almost wonder, is this shit, like, I mean, and especially amongst the young people of today, are they actually going to give a fuck? Like, they still don't talk to Android people. Like, they still don't date people that have an Android device. Like, by being able to message people, a picture of their dick and it won't be pixelated. Like, is that going to make it that much of a difference?
That's what it looks like.
Just to be clear, Rick, that has happened.
You lied to me about the size and that picture you sent.
Yeah, now it can't be pixelated.
I have a coworker who's 24 and she's had iPhones her whole life, and I brought it up and said, "Hey, it's a miracle. RCS is supported." She goes, "What the hell is RCS?"
RCS, yeah.
And I said, "Well, it's about." She goes, "I don't." This is 24 years old. She goes, "I don't care about all that." But she goes, "I don't know anybody who has an Android phone."
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
it will make things better, but nobody will know why.
Yes,
just be
that's right.
And that's the whole point. Android wasn't saying, "Hey, we want you to do it because we want to win." They wanted to get the hashtag, get the message. They were talking about the security. SMS is outdated, and now Apple's going to look like, "Hey, we're the heroes here. We swooped in like Superman and saved the day and the whales again." So that's what they do. So
and they waited just the right amount of time to pull it too. Because guess what happened as soon as they announced it? Freaking X and Twitter or whatever, it exploded. Every single thing was about, and of course I posted
Apple
video, of course, and I got the clickbait like everybody else does. But everybody exploded because it's just like it's a tease, right? The last couple of years have been a big tease from Apple, and like, buy your mom an iPhone. Who cares?
Right?
You get does Apple tease you?
No, they tease me. It's a little.
Tim Cook, he's definitely a tease. Let me tell you.
I hate to say it, but I kind of enjoy it. But they tease a little bit. Yeah, all right. But so and now look, they're the good guys, just like you said. They're the good guys.
Yeah,
they're the ones.
Yep.
They're marketing machine, man.
It.
Yeah.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
Well, all your iPhone people are going to think that it's Android people's fault. They're going to be like, finally, your phone can send good pictures.
Yeah.
That's right.
Videos.
That's right.
Be like,
because of iMessage.
What took you guys so long, man? Damn.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, I almost wonder if Apple is going to use that as a marketing ploy for next year's iPhone. They're going to be like, we improved messages.
Of course.
Yeah, but how much do you want to bet?
Absolutely, they will.
If you're an Android, you're still going to be green. So I still think it's a point for nothing chats, Sunbird, Beeper. I think you're still going to want. There's still some things they're going to leave out, and there is some differences between RCS and iMessage, obviously.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you, I told you, my whole family's got Android, and RCS has been amazing with read receipts and group chat.
Yeah.
It's amazing. And Telegram's obviously more feature rich, but I don't care. I'm not making my family download more crap if they're just going to use the standard app. So, but I have to buy my grandma an iPhone now.
No, that's exactly right. Yeah, you have to. Yeah. But I mean, like I was saying to you guys before, I think where this is going, and I'm like I said, I'm gonna call this right now. I see Apple releasing a iMessage app. before the next launch of the next iPhone. I really do. I think that they're going to just say, fuck it, throw the shit to the wall and say, let's just release an iMessage app. That way we can make money off of Android from the people who are going to pay to download it at 99 cents or $2 or whatever the fuck it's going to be. And they're going to make tons of money that way. Then they're going to say, hey, fuck you, RCS. We don't need you anymore. That was just for us to get this in people's hands. And I honestly feel like that's where it's going to end. We're going to end that path.
I don't think so. That will eliminate sales of iPhones.
BlackBerry had a messaging app.
Yes.
Oh, classic. Yeah,
it was popular for a while, though. It was the thing.
Yeah,
BBM was a BBM.
I love a good BBM, man.
Yeah,
it was amazing.
I do.
When it first started.
Well, since I'm apparently only 29 years old, I don't know what BBM is. So.
Do you remember you had to have a pin? Do you remember that? Like you had a BlackBerry pin?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had to put a pin and everything.
Yeah, just crazy.
You know what? The first time I used that was when when after the first iPhone came out, the BlackBerry had what was the touch screen that the whole screen clicked? The BlackBerry. The Storm. And everyone's like, that thing's terrible. I love that damn thing. I didn't think it was bad at all.
I just watched the BlackBerry movie last night, actually.
Oh, yeah? Was it
Oh, did you?
I watched it on the plane. It's good.
Yeah. It's like, oh, man. I stood up. I was like yelling at the screen like, oh, I know. I mean, it was.
Well, speaking of movies,
very
you
Hollywood,
guys,
but
we
yeah.
talked about this a while back, that movie called Creator.
Yes.
Has anybody seen that?
I was just watching it yesterday, actually.
I was just going to watch it tonight, maybe. Is it any good?
Yeah, it's very good. Like, very good. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I want to bring up a news story that has not tech related at all.
Sure, go ahead. Yeah.
I really want to talk about the cheating scandal with Michigan, but no one really even knows what that is if you don't live in the U.S. And I'm an Ohio State fan, so. But anyways, Snoop Dogg stopped smoking.
I know.
Apple released RCS, and
going
I think Snoop Dogg was like, "Holy crap, RCS on iMessage!
Yeah.
I gotta stop smoking." He thought he
That
was really
That was it.
Yeah,
because I'm too high. I'm too high.
Maybe he thought it was too good a news. He thought it was too high.
He goes, Martha Stewart, what?
Yeah.
He goes, I'm too high.
I imagine him sitting there at home, scrolling on his phone. He's fucking high as a kite, and this article comes out like a reaction like we had.
Man, I gotta stop smoking this shit.
Yeah, like what the fuck? Oh my god, this it's finally crossed into like fucking dementia platform there, right? Like, hey, I'm done. All right, let's tweet this out. I'm done. No more smoking for this guy.
I saw that story, and I'm like, I guess there's an article. I never read this magazine, but High Times is an actual thing. Yeah, and he's like on the cover of it, and it's where they call it Mount Cushmore. Like he's like, I'm like, are you kidding me? Come on. Jeez.
There's no way he's quitting. I'm sorry. There's no way.
No,
he was too high when he tweeted it out.
He quit.
That was it.
Yes.
Yeah.
He quit.
What was the biggest story of the week? Snoop Dogg giving up smoking or Apple releasing RCS? Like legitimately, what's the big story?
Jim Harbaugh getting a three game suspension for cheating. No,
fair.
No one cares.
No one knows what he's talking about.
No one knows what I'm talking about.
Tune is good at sports.
He would be proud, wouldn't he?
It was definitely Snoop. It was definitely Snoop. Yeah.
I think so too. Yeah. I mean, honestly, if you were to look at maybe the metrics of like what maybe initially for the tech nerds, it was a big story, but like I honestly feel like Snoop's reach and his profession and career and all the people he's touched with his music and his
and literally
platform,
touched probably, but
well, yeah, there's that too. But I mean, I almost feel like that's a bigger story. And if this wasn't a tech podcast, I'm sure we would have a lot more to say about Snoop.
I had to bring it up because I thought it was funny. I just heard an article today. I read
and I listen. I agree. Do you remember when he was in the movie Old School? Do you remember that movie?
Yeah.
Oh
yes.
yeah.
He wasn't he an act? Wasn't he one of the acts?
Yeah, he was the act. He was
stage?
the music act at his fraternity house, and
that's right after before they went streaking in the quad.
Yes, that's correct. Yeah, it's one of the greatest movies ever made.
I mean, I wasn't born yet because I'm really young. Yeah.
You're 28.
Oh no,
right? Yeah,
exactly 28. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, got
it. Never tried
I actually had my birthday expunged, so I don't really have a birthday anymore. So I don't really know how old I am.
Right.
You can do
it's
that.
redacted. It's redacted.
It's
so
redacted.
Yeah.
Cool. He's got a youthful glow. That's what it is, right?
Shines off my head. Yeah.
We've got Black Friday coming up, and I wanted to ask you guys if you have spotted anything that you have your eye on, something that's kind of you going, huh?
Yes.
Didn't think.
Whoa, that was quick.
That was quick. What is it, man?
And it's I got this guy, the Moto Razr.
Oh,
That's
right.
the
Okay.
cheaper version, right?
And
Cheaper version.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
And
I saw that
experience?
in Best Buy, and I was like,
$4.99.
"You need to leave the store now."
$4.99.
Wow.
$4.99. Now I'll tell you this: it's
Wow.
128 gigs, which is a kind of a
Yeah.
it's close,
Yeah.
right? It's close. I
At the
mean,
cloud.
everything's in the cloud, whatever. But I gotta tell you guys, I have more to say on this at another time. But this has been the most confusing purchase I've ever made in my tech career.
Whoa,
And
whoa,
the
whoa.
reason
second.
You made it sound like this is going to be awesome. Now you're like, it's confusing. What
It's
the hell? You
confusing.
hyped it all up.
it's
I'm
confusing.
mad.
I mean, it's
Do
confusing.
I open
because
it? Do I close
it
it?
is-
Do I open it? Do I close it?
I
Do
don't know.
open it? Do I close it?
I have the regular Razor Plus over there that is sitting in my drawer with the full screen on the front, and I like using this more.
Matt, I will tell you one
Really?
thing about these flip phones. I don't care how big you make the screen on the front. Any phone you have to open up almost every time to use is going to have issues, reliability, screen issues. It's going to.
But it's
Yeah,
not
but
that.
that's
It's not
$400.
issues. It's not
Not
issues.
$1,000.
It's not issues. That's the problem. It's that I like using it and folding it so much more than the regular one with the full screen.
Ah.
Because if you look at this, this is a preview on what I have coming up. Right. So, where's my camera? There it is.
Ooh, hot
All right,
take.
so-
Here we go.
All right, so when I am using the Galaxy Flip 5 or the Razor Plus, and you go to close it, what do? You do this, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So every single time I do that, I get this big fingerprint all across the screen.
Right.
Every single time, and it's super annoying. So when I use this, I close, and I have nothing to worry about. Man, it just goes in
Well,
my pocket. That's it.
And you don't have that one spot on the screen. If you push too hard, it breaks. Remember we had that hollow area?
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
Exactly. But the screen is fantastic. The battery is amazing. Dude, I'm confused because
He's confused.
we spend $1,600 on devices, man, and then when you have this for $500,
500.
Yeah.
and I say, what am I doing? Like, what am
Yeah.
I doing? Right?
My
And that's-
biggest disappointment
that's
in
why.
folding was the OnePlus Open. It really was. Because
Really?
the software was okay. It was light. I made a comment it was too light. It was a cursing. It was a curse and a blessing or whatever. And
Someone said
"You're an
eat a
idiot."
bag of dicks. didn't
Yeah, they pretty much
That was
said you're
me.
an idiot. You're an idiot. It's light because it's better. I said that's not an argument.
No,
That's not an
no.
argument. And to me, the software issues, I had like the floating bar at the bottom. You had to double tap to get rid of it. Like Samsung just has that polish
Like,
on their software because
yeah.
they've done it for 5 years that you can't match. And even the Pixel Fold is much easier to use for me than
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, one of the things I'll say, I was.
folks, though, you know.
What was
Yeah,
that?
then that's exactly right. Because I know
Exactly.
you had it
Like
too, right?
I can't stand the Pixel Fold. I hated that phone.
Ooh, controversial.
Absolutely.
What?
And
Why?
I love-
What about it wasn't your jam?
It didn't open flat.
I don't like that either.
just-
Yeah.
It felt like when you opened it, it felt like it was, like it looked like a coffin.
Kind of has that
yeah.
little.
And I didn't like that form factor that it had. I really liked the Z Fold 5's form factor better.
Okay.
That's a hot
And it-
take. That's a
That
hot
is
take.
a hot take.
It's a hot take.
Lukewarm.
Obviously this is the
See
Fold
what
5.
you so that's the Fold 5. See the Fold 5 and the Pixel I like because there's when you open them, you have a different aspect ratio. You can turn it. The OnePlus Open is square, and I can't
Yeah, it's
handle
very-
a
yeah,
square
it's
screen.
very-
I don't
very-
like square. I like widescreen. A little bit of a widescreen when you turn it a certain way, and that's
So-
not what I got.
I'm one of the things that annoyed the shit out of me about the OnePlus Open, and I don't know if you had this experience. It didn't feel like a foldable. It felt like apps were just blowing up. And I'll give you an example. Like if you know when you use the Google Pixel Fold, good Gmail opens in dual screen.
yeah.
Messages on one side, and use what do you call it? Organizational thing on one
Your
side,
folders
you know,
and
message
stuff.
on the
Yeah,
other.
yeah.
Yeah,
Like a
it never
tablet.
did this. Yeah, like exactly.
tablet,
The OnePlus Open just never did that. And it doesn't matter what, it rarely had an app where it was side by side, apart from some of the native OnePlus apps, where it was truly like, one side of the app was the usability, one side was whatever on the other side. I feel like, I don't know if that was like a conscious choice made by OnePlus. I looked through the settings to see if there was a way to make it more Z Foldy or more Google Pixel.
Z Foldy. I like
Z
that.
Foldy, yeah.
Z Foldy,
Or
not
Google
Pixel
Pixel. And
Foldy.
you,
Yeah.
Pixel Foldy, yes. And you just couldn't. And
You're missing one big issue, Darren.
yeah.
They didn't want you to return it. because you went to the website. They wouldn't let you damn return it.
Oh,
And what's funny is I sent mine back, and they sent me an email. And I go,
yeah,
how come on the app my order still says delivered and it's fine?
yeah.
Oh, don't worry, you'll get your refund. I'm like, okay. So I got an email saying in 2 to 4 days you'll get your refund. I've been watching my card because I don't believe a damn word of it.
Well,
I know.
Yeah.
So I know we went into length about this the last time.
Yeah.
we talked about this.
Yes.
But I will tell you, I reached back out to OnePlus because I also did not get my refund, and I
Wow,
said, "Here is my order number and everything," and I said, "I need to know where my money is," and
Yeah.
they wrote me back and said, "Okay, we processed it." And that day, I had like a pending, return
Yeah.
charge or whatever. So
Did you get an email saying that you're getting a refund or no? You
yes,
had to
I
ask
did.
for it.
Yeah,
Yes.
And you
I
didn't- did you get your refund, Darren?
No,
It's still pending, but it's there. You can see it's coming.
I don't even have it
Yeah.
pending in
Yeah.
my account. Damn.
Right.
chat, man, chat.
Well,
Pull up their chat.
I'll tell you my experience of what happened to me. So I put in the request to return it, got the label, printed it off, boxed it up, went to FedEx, sent it off. That same fucking day, I get an email from OnePlus support. Hey, you fucked up. The return label we gave you is incorrect. You need to go and back to FedEx with this new return label and slap it back on the box.
No
so
way.
I had dropped it at a FedEx location that was actually nowhere near my house because I was on the road. So I had to drive 45 minutes back to this fucking location and go in there and be like, hey, excuse me. Like, like a prepubescent boy who like forgot to send mom's Christmas card. And I'm like, I need to put this on the box. Like the company fucked up. And they were pretty good about it. Like they, asked me for ID and all that stuff to make sure I wasn't just some crazy person stealing mail. But, I put it on there. They received it and they were pretty quick in, changing the, or rather processing the refund. And like I said, it's pending. But I really wanted to like the OnePlus Open. I really did. I honestly thought it might have been the one. And I've tried all of these foldables, the Z Fold 5, the Pixel Fold. I've tried them all. I wanted to like it more than I did. And that's frustrating and disappointing, right?
Mhm.
It's
I don't know.
disappointing. You know what it is? It's disappointing. And the part that's disappointing is it doesn't come down to the hardware. It doesn't come down to the software.
No.
It comes down to the support and what your options are for warranty and all the shit we've been talking about when it comes to like, we just wanted to try to initiate a return. You couldn't even do that. You couldn't click the button to say, I want to try to return. And, you initiate a return with Apple. I'm going to use Apple as an example. You could do it with Google, whatever. You initiate a return. It says, okay, here's your label, right? If you don't get it back in this time, you're still going to be charged. Okay, so you change your mind after a week. Don't send it back. Yeah. It's fine. No harm, no foul. With this, it was like freaking, moving Congress and trying to get laws passed to try to get your freaking thing just to even get it approved for a return.
Yeah, OnePlus has always been tough to return. It's just like you have to follow up with them. You got to bug them.
It's a pain.
But remember, this is in an era when I would return a OnePlus, I think 4 or 5 years ago, and the phone was $500.
Yeah,
you guys are talking about a $1,700 purchase.
And that's a big deal when you're paying.
Like, no thanks.
When they first started, it was
give me my money.
You started when they started out. You pay $500 for a phone. You want some good support, but you're not expecting
$350 for the original one.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
and then you get $1,700 for a phone, and you want a little bit of support. I guess. $1,700 is pocket change for most of you guys, but for me, it's a big chunk of money.
Well, but then again, you think about it though. You think about it, you go, okay, it has definitely evolved, and unfortunately, it's evolved to the point with everything where you start at $300, $400, $500. Now we're at $1,700 for a foldable. But then you say, okay, well, and I'm going to use Apple as an example. I want a $450 iPhone SE. You get the same experience you get as you do with a $2,000 iPhone 15 Pro Max. Right. Or if you get a Google Pixel 7a, you get the same experience as you do with a maxed out Pixel 8 Pro. Until you get the service part figured out where it makes a seamless experience for the consumer, you will not be successful in the US because we are Amazon, DoorDash, Uber Eats people where, we want ease and experience. And if you don't provide that, you've lost us. You have one chance. You have one chance to do it. And if you blow it, you're done. I'm sorry.
I'll tell you what the real cock punch was us for here in Canada. So quite literally, The day after I returned the OnePlus, eventually it finally got its way there. I go onto their website just for shits and giggles, and I'm like, let me see how much these are now. Like, if they dropped the price for Black Friday, whatever. They're now offering a replacement service. So if your phone breaks within a year, they'll replace it for free. Here you go.
Yep.
Here's a brand new device.
Wait, I'm sorry. What?
Yeah. So that now they have, and you can check the US website. I'm sure they offer the same thing. They have what's called the OnePlus replacement service. You get one replacement for free. So if the screen breaks, you fucking whatever, you drop it, you run over it with your car, they'll send you a brand new one as long as you send that one back. And they were offering it at 60% off. So it's $100 normally for the service. They were offering it for $39.99 if you bought it with a OnePlus open device. They never offered that at pre-order. So like I would have kept it. I would have fucking kept it if I had it at pre-order. If I had seen that, I would have been like, you know what, fuck it. If something happens, I would have just replaced it. And I toyed with the idea of reordering it. I really did, because I didn't mind it, apart from like aspect ratio stuff and all of that shit aside. But yeah, I saw that and I went, what the hell? Like, why wasn't this offered at launch? Like, people wanted that, right? That was probably a deal breaker for some people. But yeah, so that, I mean, I don't know what it's like where you guys are, but here in Canada, that's now very much a thing. They're offering it at $39.99 with the purchase of the OnePlus Open. So I don't know. I mean, I am tempted to try it again just because I did enjoy it, and that option's there, because that was a big fear I had. We talked about this last week about what happens if, I don't know, the fucking thing fails after 9 days. And there's lots of instances on Twitter. And I forget who it was, but someone had 9 days in to review.
Yeah, but you with social media, you have 5 people that have a broken screen. It doesn't represent the 3 million.
No, exactly. And there's always going to be a failure rate. We know this, like with every device that's released, right? There's always a failure rate. We know this. But again, that's more peace of mind, right? For some people, that could have been like, all right, cool. I'll take it. I mean, a $39-$40, sure.
Well, I mean, most of us, though, I mean, in this space right here that we're talking, we're not getting these devices sent to us, right? We're buying this out of pocket.
Exactly.
And we're trying to figure out if this is really worth it, because ultimately, I want to be able to use it. I want to put my SIM in here and use it for a couple weeks or a month or a year or whatever. Yeah. Give it to somebody and know that they're going to be able to use it happily for the next 6 months, or for most of the people we know, it's going to be 2 years, right? Yeah. And so what we need to do is figure out, is this all fleshed out? Right? Is the service fleshed out? Are the issues we see going to be? Are they going to be real? Are these real issues we're seeing in a first gen device, if you will, in the US or not? Because if these are real issues, then I'm glad that we, sent it back when I did, because we all have this instinct and this gut reaction of saying it doesn't feel right, and others, we know, like, God, I love it, but something's telling me I need to send it back, and it goes with the territory. So,
I never return phones. I haven't returned a phone in years unless it broke. So it was really hard. I mean, they had this killer app or this killer camera package on the back. It looked amazing to me. Yeah. And I was not impressed with the cameras. It just wasn't.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just me, but.
I mean, I know you've got high standards. I mean, Tuna has his own, business on the side where he takes photos of his feet and sends them out to, random people.
Especially the toe when the nail gets ripped off.
That's true. That was good. Yeah. That was my favorite photo you've sent me this year. The photo of your toe smashed in the jail cell door. That was just he's not in jail, just for the record.
No. I'm not. That's
a fake background.
I think the Pixel has spoiled us all.
Mm-hmm.
I think that because I used the OnePlus. I went on vacation and I used it there exclusively. I went hiking. I would never do that with a foldable. I don't know why I felt comfortable with the OnePlus Open. It was the one phone that felt like a slab phone, but it wasn't. And I used the inner screen a lot. I do enjoy. There's some quirks with the software. Don't like how you can't open it up and kind of like the Z Fold 5 where you can kind of put your widget all the way across. I like the separate screens. I didn't like that about the Pixel Fold either. The camera is good. It's just I feel like you have to work to make it do what you want it to do. And
Yeah.
I mean, this thing is a Cyclops. I mean,
Yeah.
let's be honest.
Yeah.
Like, when you whip this out, you should be able to do damage. This is like,
That's what
this
she
is
said.
like whipping out instead of a magazine, you got no bullets. So
Yeah.
but I don't know if it's just because the Pixel phone is so good. I suffered the same thing with the S23 Ultra. Everybody's like, oh, the camera's so good. Da, 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 da. But I felt like with the Ultra, I had this problem where I had to kind of like make it work, make it like look
Correct.
good. But the Pixel, I could get my grandkids running mid motion in portrait, and I'll get them like this, and there's no blur at all.
Yeah.
So-
and if they're not smiling, you can change their face out.
Right? You can
Yeah.
check
Yeah.
it's on there.
Exactly.
You know? So I don't know if the cameras are good, decent, great, bad. I don't think they're bad or terrible. I think they're good, but they should be better with the Ferrari lenses on the back.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
The hardware's there, no doubt
Yeah,
about it.
for sure.
It's
Yeah.
the software, and I don't want to have to. What is the APK, Google Cam? I don't want to
Yeah.
have to put
No, I'd
the
have to do
Gcam
that
on
shit.
there.
Yeah.
But I think their camera could improve its software, because I remember the OnePlus, their portrait used to be such a pain in the butt to use. I don't know if you guys remember
Mhm.
with the OnePlus 8 and OnePlus 9. It was like all the pictures would be blurry. Now their portrait is pretty damn good. The front-facing camera, video camera, is really good. So there's some things about it that are really good, but then there's some things that are a little tough. I'm keeping it just because I know I wouldn't get my money back. I don't know about you guys, Darren. You're probably not going to see that check for OnePlus. So.
I know. Yeah, I'm fucked now. Yeah.
But you said something earlier. With Android, we can be together, but not the same. Like we
Yeah,
have
right.
options, but with
Yeah.
iPhone, you have size differences. That's really about all you got. I'm not
Yeah,
saying
I
I'm not
mean,
trying to bag on iPhone because
Yeah.
they made $1 trillion for
Yeah.
a reason. I
It's
just
funny
think with
because
Android, you can do that.
I like the OnePlus better than the Pixel Fold, but I still
Fair.
like
Yeah.
the
How
Fold
dare
5
you?
better than all of them.
I get that. I get why, because I when I picked up the Pixel Fold after I was using the OnePlus Open, it definitely felt like I was going back a generation, right? Like the
Right.
It was an
the
older
OnePlus Open,
phone,
yeah, the OnePlus Open just felt fluid. It did feel lighter, but there were some things, and honestly, it came down to the OS. I couldn't get behind some of the nuances between the notification shade and the way the notifications work on the lock screen and stuff like that. It's not anything against it specifically. It's my own personal preference as to what I'm used to and what I prefer, right? And that's the whole point behind the Android experience in general. Is it's great because you can pick what you like and what you don't like, right? And
Well,
go
you
with what
know-
you want.
You know, the Oppo, they've been making foldables. I think they're third generation. So this is basically a third generation foldable that OnePlus released. Also, I forget the other foldables, but Huawei, is it Huawei or the
Mate X
Xiaomi?
S2, 3.
Xiaomi and
Yeah.
God, what's the other one that's out right now? It's pretty the Honor.
Yes.
Yeah, the
Honor?
honors.
Yeah.
Now, let me tell you, all
Dan's
those
a big honor guy.
all
Yeah.
those devices are incredible devices. The thing
Yes.
that kills them is the operating system.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Can you imagine the OnePlus Open with Pixel software?
Yeah.
Game over.
Yeah.
That'd
It
be
would
it.
be amazing.
It'd be it.
Let me
Yeah.
tell you,
Yeah.
I mean, you would return that flip tonight, Maddie.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, it's true. No, 100%,
Yeah.
100% agreed. If you had stock Android on there with the Pixel support, for sure it'd
Yeah.
be gone. No doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt.
It
But
would be over.
the reality is, it's not. So,
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
you know,
and
we gotta.
honestly,
yeah,
that's
it's-
why I
it's-
like the what Motorola's doing, because it feels pixely.
100%.
Motorola
Motorola's
stuff.
always been like
Yeah.
a stock.
Pixely.
Yeah.
I like
Pixel.
that.
Yeah, and I actually, it was funny. I was testing some photos earlier today, and I could just do this whole little shake thing with
Yes.
my phone. I'm like, oh
Yeah.
god, my hands are full. I
Not
want to take
this.
a picture of this. And just do that, and then my camera
Yeah.
comes up. It's like
Yeah,
it's muscle memory at some
Yeah.
point, right?
Mhm.
And that's what happens.
Yeah.
That's why people stick to iPhone and everything else, because it's muscle memory, right? And
How's
they don't
the
want to
camera
learn
on that
anything new.
thing?
So it's actually been
This is funny, Matt. This is funny about you. You have the big smile on your face, and you're like, "I got this phone. I gotta talk about it." It's confusing. I'm like, "Come on, you build
It's
it up and
shit.
shoot it down."
no, just kidding. No, it's it's honestly it's really good. I was impressed. So I look at it, as all of us are. We got families, we got kids, we got grandkids,
Yeah.
we got everything. We want to capture the moments, right? Do
Yeah.
I feel confident in grabbing this and going out on a weekend with the family and capturing the moment? Yes. There are some
Okay.
I wouldn't. I would not take no offense. I wouldn't take my Fold, my Galaxy Fold, or my
Okay.
Flip 5 with me to capture like truly important moments with me. I'd take my iPhone, or I'd take
Yeah.
a Pixel device, right? Because I know that they're going to be substantial. And if I had one to choose, this one, it's like right in the middle. I mean, I'm pleasantly surprised
Okay.
because I gotta put it in perspective. You're talking about $1,300 versus $500.
Yeah, it's a
$500.
good
This
deal,
is the
man.
first. This is the first one, and
Is that-
I'm sticking to it, man. I'm a believer.
Is that
this
phone? Is it? What was it when it released?
$699?
Yeah, I think it was
$6.99,
$6.99.
Yeah, $699. This is a $500
Really good price. Even
foldable,
Yeah.
the great screen, Snapdragon 128.
Has a-
you know,
it has
and
the Snappy
good
2 in it?
camera. Yeah, and it's in the US for $500.
Yeah.
I mean, and
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
got
Motorola
this
gonna
faux, it's
take
got this
care of
faux
you.
leather all the way around, so it doesn't feel like you're gonna.
I like the
cheap
faux
plastic.
leather. I don't give a fuck what anyone
Dude.
says. I think every phone should be covered in fucking faux leather.
I am a believer, man. I'm
Yeah.
converted. I'm a believer.
Yeah.
Give me frosted glass or faux leather. That's it.
Yeah. Now, one just couple of final thoughts. Now,
Wait,
Rodney, I just
wait.
wanted to get back
You
to
got it.
14.
Who
Yeah.
pre-ordered the AI pin? Anybody?
No.
I know. It was a dumb
This guy
question.
did.
Yeah,
Dude,
I did. I did.
Yeah. Yeah.
I got the 2 days early, so we'll see what happens when it comes in.
I saw that thing you tweeted out. I'm like, what the hell is that shit?
The
Yeah.
AI pin. I'm
Yeah.
excited for it. It's not going to be as good as they say it. Probably, it's a new product, but I'll give
know
it.
what this is-
I
you know
had
what,
I had a question about that.
Yeah.
Okay, so on all do you see the ad they have coming out now? They have a legit ad like running out in social media and everything like that. So when you're putting your hand out in front of you, how do you know it's going to shine on your hand? Are you like going to do this until you find the light?
Advanced AI.
I don't. That's bullshit.
I know.
It's
We'll
crazy.
see.
So
We'll
if you
see.
go, okay, I want to know what the directions are. You just put your hand out. It just every time they show it directly in the center of the hand. Is it like a singular projector where you have to?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I don't
Those are
know.
the kind of things. That's a first gen thing.
You want to know what I want to know? I want to know if I load
Here we
up
go.
porn on that and first person point of view, and I
You
put it
knew
on
it
my
was coming.
hand,
You knew
and then I use that hand while the AI thing is being used. Is
Yeah,
that
you
cheating?
can have some serious AI, bro.
Here's some problems with that. It's only going to be one color because it's not a color laser.
I don't. That's okay.
Whatever
I just
whatever
wanted to see
knocks
color.
your rocks off. I mean, that's why
You're happy with green? It's green, I think.
I'm green.
they're
Listen,
going to make an
everything-
accessory where another hand you can mount to this hand, so it's like this, so you can use.
Yeah. It'll be like fucking the gnome. But anyway, Roddy, I was going to ask you real quick.
sorry.
Sorry,
Go
no, go
ahead.
ahead, Tuna. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I pre-ordered it and it was like $6.99 I think for the black one, and it's like $100 more for titanium and whatever. What was weird is after it processed, 2 days later it went open to the public, and I got a $50 refund. So apparently you get a $50 off. I mean that's a whole lot of money, but I'm like I'm not gonna say anything.
Yeah.
Although I just did, I guess. But
It's okay.
you watch,
they're
I'm gonna
listening.
charge back
Listen,
$50.
yeah, you're gonna see $50 guaranteed. Guaranteed. Now, Roddy, I know we were talking about the S23 Ultra, and I know you still hung on to yours, I believe. Is that correct?
Yeah, I've got it for sale, but I still have it.
Which one?
The
That's what
S23
we do.
Ultra. Now,
For
I want.
sale? Uh-huh.
So, at the beginning of this year, people were claiming the phone of the year. It came out in January. It's going to be, nothing's going to beat it. Nothing's going to top the S23 Ultra. Is that still phone of the year in your book for Android?
It's. I want to say
Yeah.
no. I want to say no, but it's hard. It's hard to deny that it's a
Come
good
on.
phone. Like,
Okay, fair. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
but here's my thing is because I've been thinking about this all year long, and this was what I wanted to say. Like if I did a video end of the year, what's the phone of the year? The S23 Ultra is the phone of the year, but it's the one from February. It's not this one. And
Oh,
to me,
there you go.
to me, they've just their software just it's still clumsy, and they push these updates out. And I'll say this: I finally it took me 20 days to get this newest One UI update. I finally got it today. It is pretty. It looks good. It looks really good, but it's still got all those. It still does a bunch of those little jerky, crazy little. It's just not. It's just not polished. And I'm with Android Stud. I mean, that the camera was great when it came out, and it's been a mess ever since then. You have to just. It can take good pictures. You just have to really work with it. You have to really try hard now.
You have to know which lens to use.
Right.
Yeah. I always said that using a Samsung is like doing a sprint with a parachute. What I feel like when I'm using a S23 Ultra. When I'm using a Pixel, it's smooth. An iPhone, it's smooth. But Samsung, they've gotten better. Tell me, it's not TouchWiz anymore.
Yeah.
Right.
Thank God.
Like Roddy says, there's still like that. Like it's like it. Okay, there it is. It almost seems like it should be snappier. But you can't argue with the screen on the S23 Ultra.
That's what they're good. That's what they're good for, Samsung. Just stick to making screens, Samsung.
Yeah, they got
seriously.
The
battery's excellent too.
Yeah. The hard thing that I have to deal with is you guys brought up a good point. It's like if the OnePlus Open had Pixel software, game over. It's the same here. It's like if Samsung had stock Android and not this skin on it, it would probably be the best phone out there.
Yeah, but then it's not a Samsung device.
Well, yes and no, but it's the same thing. People make that same argument with Google. They're like, if it had a Snapdragon in it, it would be, the ultimate phone.
No one's ever happy, right?
I compare. What do you do? Like, you just have to pick. It really comes down to preference, I think.
I just compare it to you look at the Nothing phone, right? They're running basically stock Android.
I like that.
Samsung, right? Where they have the deal breaker for me, and I've tried Samsung devices over the last couple of years, 100%. The deal breaker for me is the 2 separate app stores you have to always update from. It's a freaking nightmare, right?
That pisses me off too.
You have 15 updates on the Galaxy Store, but you have 25 updates on the. What happened to automatic update?
What the hell? It never works on Samsung. Never, ever, ever.
Or iPhone. You have to go with an iPhone.
None of the automatic updates work ever, but still, the two, I understand side loading apps, and that maybe is for another week when we talk about like that kind of stuff. But it's a mess, right? And so it's got to be seamless, and you got to if you want to talk about what's the best when it comes to consumers, it's got to be point and shoot. We are a point and shoot consumer base. Yes, and if you can't pick it up and point and shoot, people are not going to adopt it. That's it.
Yeah. And
hey, before we round this up. I'm on chat with OnePlus over here, and they're like, here's your transaction ID, and here's your refund. And I go to the website, and now it shows there was a refund process and issue today, but my bank is showing nothing. Now, it is late. Maybe it'll show up tomorrow. But
weren't you on OnePlus chat last time, like 2 weeks ago?
Because you guys, I asked you guys, hey, get in the chat.
Hey, don't worry, you're going to get your money.
He's going to get his money, don't worry. Yeah.
If I may wake up missing a kidney, but hey.
Yeah,
it's a weight reduction right there. So.
I remember having the Galaxy Note 3, and I was crazy enough to put stock Android on it. And my buddy came over, and he goes, "What the hell? Are you crazy?" He goes, "You can't use that pen." I go, "I don't care. I can't take touch. It's killing me, bro."
Yeah,
TouchWiz, no.
I just had like a stock ROM on there, Sonata.
Back in the day.
Yeah, whatever.
If you have to download a new launcher, then you're in a bad place.
Yeah.
Yes,
that's my MO right there.
See, I do that on the Pixel though. I use Nova Launcher because I can't stand that fucking at a glance switch you can't remove.
Hey, wait till next year. Just wait till next year. They're gonna remove it next year.
Well, in beta,
there's a button coming apparently.
In the beta, I haven't tried it yet. In the beta, you have an option to
remove it. Yeah, finally! For fuck's sake, Google! It's been fucking a year and a half. Come on, man.
I can't.
Okay,
Google,
all right.
I can't use third-party icons on a phone made
by Google. Yeah.
No,
true.
Whoever runs Google, that makes no sense, bro.
Yeah.
Whoever runs Google,
bro. Get your shit together.
To be fair, you're saying it's been a few years. Let's just say that Apple is the notorious one for saying we've had this for 5 years. We've had Qi charging forever.
Yeah.
Right. And they finally adopt it. Maybe Google's getting the picture.
Oh yes, side load.
Well, let's quickly have a chat about this because I was trying to remember what the other thing that's very un-Apple like was.
That might make me get on iPhone again.
Seriously, so I never, and again, this week's fucking all this shit's been coming out in the last couple of weeks. What the fuck is happening at Apple? Like, has fucking Tim Cook been replaced with a fucking robot? Like, what's happening?
AI.
Android. And Android took over.
Yeah, and seriously, an Android took over. Yeah,
USB-C, it got in their blood, man. USB-C.
That's it, man. They're just going, fuck it. They're just like, you know what? Like, come on, this is just too. This is crazy now. Just crossing them off the whiteboard.
You know what's funny?
You know? Like,
all iPhone users could give 2 craps less. The only people who really care are the ones who don't use them.
That's right.
Funny.
Yep.
It's hilarious.
So side loading coming for iOS. Basically, it means you can load apps that aren't on the App Store. I don't
Basically,
imagine
it means you can have Fortnite on your phone again. That's all it means. Let's be
that's
real.
all that they're going to use. People are going to use that for.
No, instead of paying $30 for Resident Evil when it comes out, you can just side load it and play it for free.
That's true.
Oh, there's going to be
I'm
restrictions.
Don't do that. Don't
Yeah,
disclaimer.
no, don't do that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Broken iPhones, boy.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
So are they going to unlock the bootloader and allow us to put ROMs on it?
Ah, no, I don't think. Nah.
Think
They're
about
gonna
it.
they're going to let you theme your phone, too. They're going to let you change
You're going to get.
Oh yeah.
Well, they already have it,
launchers.
but you're going to get an iPhone 15 Pro Max running in Android 14 is what you're going to get.
So also this week,
Ooh, I
always
like
got
that
nice
skin.
skins.
Yeah.
So you know I'm going in when I get the skin.
Yeah, that's it, right? Yeah, you're going
Dedication.
deep.
Dedication.
Yeah.
I'm proposing tonight.
So I don't know if you guys.
Why do
heard
we all
about-
get excited for a skin? We all just went,
I don't know.
ooh.
Yeah, like, you know how many times I put a skin on my phone? Fucking
I think
twice
it's
in
time
my
to go
entire
out.
life.
I think we need to leave the house more often. And
No, no, seriously, yeah, right, fucking,
Yeah, touch grass, bro. You
Yeah.
touch grass. Yeah.
yeah. I was just gonna say one other un-Apple thing. There was an article that came out today, so about the QI2 wireless charging standard
yes.
and how iPhone 15s are already going to be able to support that, which I thought would be an iPhone 16 thing. So it's almost like they're saying, we already knew this was coming. We're ahead of the curve here. Why not? Right?
Yeah, but this was announced at the launch. They were going to support QI2.
Yeah, but I didn't
Qi2,
think
whatever.
I didn't think it would be this soon. I think it's probably the better way to put it. I thought it might be coming a little more down the line.
Right.
But it's coming. It's here. It's gonna work. Apple's, I don't know, man. Things are happening over there. I want a proof of life. I want to see some blood drawn from Tim Cook. I want to see fucking something.
He's blood
yeah,
doping. He's blood
Yeah,
doping.
he's blood
That's what he's
doping.
doing.
What's happening, yeah.
That's it.
You know what?
If he-
Next thing,
yeah.
the new iPhone 16 is going to have a stylus built in.
Oh,
you know,
yeah, here we
10x
go.
zoom with space
Yeah.
zoom. I mean, we're looking at
Yeah.
some cross.
You're gonna see
Apple
their
rollable.
whole promo is going to be about moonshots. That's what it is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
They're
100%.
now. I also heard that they're working with Google for the RCS integration, and now who knows? Maybe they'll work with Honor, and maybe they'll
Yeah.
work. No, they won't
There
work
you
with
go.
Honor. They can't do that.
No.
They'll work with
Huawei,
Samsung.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
I don't know, man. I tell you, it's been a crazy week. Lots of stuff going down, and you know what? We are almost at the end of November, and we're still talking big tech stories. So it's been a crazy year. Now, speaking of big tech stories, we actually only have 3 episodes left this year. So we have next week, which is Tuna's crying. Next week, which is the 24th, and on the 1st of December, we are having our very first Year in Tech Awards, which we will be celebrating. Big spectacle show. Tuna's going to be doing a fucking song and dance number, one of these.
I'll
You'll
be
doing
wearing
one of
I'll be
those.
wearing a suit. Darren will be wearing a dress. But hey,
It's true,
whatever.
of course. Yes. I am
As long as
strapless.
as long as it's not your birthday suit, then it's
It's
okay.
not low
Yeah,
cut
We're
either.
good.
It's
It's not
he's
low
gonna,
cut,
he's
no.
not going to show anything. You know,
No,
we
no,
wanna
I
keep
mean,
it-
I heard
I-
Taylor
it-
Swift is going to be there. So
Taylor
Oh,
Swift's going to
nice.
be there, and she's going to be using an iPhone and just fucking,
I'm
talking
gonna
shit
avoid
about
that.
Apple.
Then. Sorry. Yeah.
Yes. And then at the end of the year, we're going to have our year roundup just after Christmas. And it's been a crazy year, man. We've a lot's been accomplished. we've been doing this. We're on episode 36. And by the time this is almost done, we're almost going to hit 40 episodes, which is, it's been an honor and a privilege for us to be able to kind of bring you tech stories weekly.
But that's not all.
That's
in the new year, we have a fresh new things coming. I'm not going to say much more.
Yes, we won't give anything away. We won't give anything away, but there's going to be some fresh ideas, some fresh things coming. But it's just basically going to be me with a haircut, and Tuna's going to grow some hair. But, you know, it's a wig. But, you know, it's going to be fresh. It's going to be fresh. But anyway, on that note, thank you very much, Roddy, Maddie, Android Stud, Tuna. Always a pleasure having you guys on. And we'll keep the crazy train going with the tech stories, and we'll see how long we can carry on this very long tech year. But it's been fun, enjoying the ride as always. And please check out all of these lovely individuals' respective things they got going on. They do some good shit, and we would appreciate you guys' support. Like, subscribe, check us out on Spotify and all those places you find your best podcasts. And we will catch you guys on the next one.